Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the wildest, most jaw-dropping stories from Reddit that prove karma isn't just a myth. It's a force of nature. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because today, we've got a tale of entitled chaos meeting. Its match in the form of one no-nonsense dad. This is my dad's ultimate revenge on an entitled family, straight from our ProRevenge. Buckle up because this story has it all. Threats, arrests, courtroom drama, and sweet, sweet justice that will have you fist-pumping by the end. Let's jump right in. Music transitions to tense, building suspense. Cut to animated reenactment. A school bus rolling down a suburban street. Picture this. It's a crisp morning in a quiet neighborhood. Our hero, let's call him the bus driver, is just doing his job, picking up kids for school. He's been driving this route for years, dealing with the usual chatter and occasional mischief. But nothing prepares him for what happens next. Enter the entitled girl, a junior in high school with a chip on her shoulder the size of a textbook. We're not sure exactly what sparked it. Maybe the bus driver accidentally bumped her while she was getting off, or perhaps he called her out for being rude. Whatever it was minor. But oh boy did she blow it out of proportion. She whips out her phone and texts her mom. "Mom, the bus driver was mean to me." Cue the drama. The bus driver, unfazed, drives off after dropping her. But entitled mom, she's fuming. She storms out of her house and starts yelling at him from the curb. He doesn't engage. He just keeps driving, focusing on the kids still on board. Fast forward to the next morning. The bus driver pulls up to the same stop, expecting to see entitled girl waiting. But nope. Instead, there's entitled mom. Her adult son, entitled brother around 22, and her college-age daughter, entitled sister. 3 grown adults, looking ready for a fight. The bus driver opens the door, confused, and asks, "Where's your daughter? Is she coming to school today?" That's their cue. All 3 barge onto the bus like they own it. The kids already on board. Innocent middle and high schoolers freeze in terror. Entitled mom leads the charge, screaming at the top of her lungs, "How dare you touch my daughter? You're a worthless piece of trash. We'll make sure you never drive again." Entitled brother chimes in with slurs and threats. "You think you can mess with my sister? I'll end you right here." Entitled sister piles on, calling him every name in the book, her face twisted in rage. The bus driver, a hardworking guy just trying to get through his shift, is cornered in his seat, heart pounding. The kids are crying, hiding under seats, traumatized by this adult tantrum unfolding right in front of them. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, but is probably just a few minutes, the trio storms off the bus. Satisfied they've taught him a lesson, the bus driver slams the door shut and speeds away, hands shaking on the wheel. He drops off the remaining kids at school, then heads straight to the front office, pale as a ghost. Pause for dramatic effect. Screen shows security camera icon with HD footage captured text. Now, here's where the entitled family made their fatal mistake. They forgot, or maybe didn't, know that every school bus in this county is equipped with 4 high-definition cameras, complete with audio. Everything was recorded. Crystal clear video of 3 adults trespassing on school property, harassing and threatening a public employee, and scaring the daylights out of children. It's all there, undeniable. Enter our real hero, the poster's dad, whom we'll call Dad. He's the assistant principal at this high school, his first year at a new, upscale place after leaving a rough, overcrowded school riddled with drugs, fights, and daily suspensions. This new gig is a breath of fresh air. Minimal incidents, supportive staff, and kids who actually want to learn. But Dad? He's no pushover. He's seen it all and doesn't tolerate nonsense. When the bus driver bursts into the office, recounting the horror, Dad is livid. He pulls up the bus footage right away and watches it, his jaw clenching tighter with every slur and threat. "This ends now," he mutters. Dad springs into action. First, he calls the school cop, who loops in local police. They review the tape, and boom. Entitled mom is arrested that very day for malicious harassment, intimidation, trespassing, and endangering minors. The charges stick like glue because of that ironclad video evidence. But Dad isn't done. His principal, knowing Dad's reputation for handling crises with an iron fist, gives him full reins on the situation. "Handle it," the principal says. And handle it Dad does. Music swells to empowering beats. Animated sequence, Dad in his office, making calls with justice symbols flashing. Petty Revenge Phase 1. Entitled girl gets switched to a completely different bus route. No more chances to harass the bus driver. She'll have to deal with a longer commute or whatever. Tough luck. Phase 2. Permanent bans. Entitled Mom, Brother, and Sister are forbidden from setting foot on any school grounds. Ever. Try. Picking up your kid? Nope. Attend a school event? Think again. Phase 3. Dad pulls strings to give the bus driver a full month of paid time off. The guy deserves it. Time to recover, maybe take a vacation. Away from the stress of entitled lunatics. But that's just the appetizer. Dad teams up with the bus driver and the school system's lawyer. They gather statements from the terrified kids on the bus, heartbreaking. Accounts of how they felt unsafe. How the yelling echoed in their ears long after. These aren't just words. They're ammunition. They decide to press charges against entitled mom and brother. Why brother specifically? Turns out he's in the middle of a 6-month probation for some prior offense. One wrong move, and he's toast. Sister gets off lighter, maybe because her role was smaller. But the focus is on the ringleaders. Transition to courtroom scene animation. Tense music builds. 6 weeks later, it's trial time. Dad, his principal, and the school cop show up at the courthouse, ready to testify if needed. The atmosphere is electric. Everyone knows the evidence is overwhelming. First up, entitled Mom's Trial. The school system's lawyer lays it out. The video, though they don't even need to play it, because the statements and reports are damning enough. The threats, the endangerment of children. Entitled Mom's lawyer? He's not even fighting to win. He's just begging for a light sentence. A slap on the wrist, Your Honor. A week at most. But the judge, he's not having it. He leans forward, eyes stern, and delivers a bombshell. 30 days in jail. You threatened a man's life, he booms. You endangered innocent children. You trespassed on school property, all because a bus driver supposedly told off. Your daughter? This behavior is unacceptable, and you will be punished accordingly. Dad and the principal exchange glances, barely containing their grins. The courtroom buzzes entitled. Mom is led away in handcuffs. Her entitled facade crumbling. But wait, it gets better. Next is entitled Brother's Trial, scheduled right after. The courtroom waits and waits. No show. He skipped it. Maybe he thought he could hide. Or perhaps the family arrogance convinced him rules don't apply. Big mistake. The judge, furious at the no-show, issues a bench warrant on the spot. Police raid. Entitled Mom's house the next day and find him cowering there. They drag him back to court, where the judge doesn't hold back. 1 year in prison. Why so harsh? Breaking probation, skipping trial, plus the same charges as Mom, harassment, threats, all of it. That probation violation seals his fate. From a potential slap on the wrist to a full year behind bars. Instant karma, served piping hot. Music hits triumphant peak. Screen shows justice served with fireworks animation. As for entitled girl, she couldn't handle the fallout. The stares, the whispers, the new bus route. She switches schools entirely, vanishing from the scene. Dad, he's over the moon. He tells this story to everyone, friends, family colleagues, laughing at the sheer audacity and the perfect comeuppance. If he had read it, he'd be posting it himself. The bus driver returns refreshed. The kids feel safe again, and the school hums along peacefully. Outro music fades in. Screen shows subscribe prompts. Like, comment, share. What a roller coaster stories like this. Remind us that entitlement doesn't pay especially when it crosses the wrong dad. If you loved this, drop a like. Comment below with your own revenge tales and subscribe for more. Reddit Gold. Have you ever witnessed instant karma like this? Let me know until next time. Stay savage, stay subscribed, peace out.